Welcome to the Friendly Frequencies podcast. I am your host, Carmen McLeod, and I am here to talk to you about my passion for spirituality and personal development. My purpose in life at this time is to remind you how powerful you truly are and that you create your own reality. If the mind, the soul, and the universe are topics that interest you, and you want to continue to evolve into your soul's purpose, then you are in the right place. Thank you for joining me as I travel the world and record my journey through self-discovery. Hello. I am going to just get right into this episode. I'm not even going to tell you where I'm at or what I'm doing. Usually I give you a little life update, but no, I'm literally just going to dive right in because you'll see, because it kind of is pertinent to the story that I'm going to talk about today. And maybe I'll give it away in the description, maybe I won't. I haven't got that far, but for now, I think it's just more interesting for me to go about it this way instead of how I usually do it. Today I want to talk to you about intuition, just by telling you a story that I just experienced in my life around trusting my intuition. I'm also currently I was about to say struggling, but I'm currently in the process of using my intuition for other things too. And it's growing me for sure. But I'm just going to talk to you first about this kind of intuitive decision that I just made. And I think it was really powerful and I'm really happy about it. So what happened was the last few weeks I was at this resort that I was staying at, and I've told you guys about this. But beautiful resort, huts on the beach, just, beautiful tourist place. It's the kind of place you'd want to go for your honeymoon. Like, it's beautiful. I have some photos up on my Instagram if you want to see. But, working there as a mural artist, and so I planned to leave 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago. And the owner of the place, the guy who hired me on, actually didn't arrive until I think 2 days before I left. Okay, yeah, I left. I can't really keep this a surprise. So anyways, I left. But the point of the story will get to the point where I was trying to decide whether I wanted to leave or not. It's too hard to keep this as a surprise story, so sorry, I just ruined it. But the lesson that I learned from it is going to be the interesting one. So I was planned to leave 2 days ago, and he, I got to spend a little bit of time with him, but not so much. I was more with spending time with the manager that was in charge there. So when he arrives, the owner arrives, he says that he wants a mural painted, or multiple murals painted, in the bathroom. So the only place that actually has walls is the bathroom area. There's all, beautiful white walls that I totally wanted to paint, but was told that there would be tiles being put there, which ended up not being the case. So when the owner arrived, he says, "Yeah, I want you to paint here." And I said, "Oh my gosh, well, I would love to, but I have to leave." And he said, basically, "What is it going to take for you to stay?" And I said, "Well, maybe you're going to have to pay me for one, right? Because I've been doing these mural jobs for accommodation, trading them for accommodation." And so I told him, it's not going to be a volunteer position then for sure. If you're going to want me to stay, you're going to have to pay me. It's going to take a lot, because the next location I'm going to, I only have 10 days left in the Philippines, so I definitely don't have time to go to that job and to stay here any longer to paint for you. So I said, you're gonna have to pay me, and he said, "Name your price," basically. And so I was like, "Oh wow, okay." I did the calculations and everything, and I was going to, my calculations are based on Vancouver, Canada prices, not Philippine prices. So obviously I cut it by half, and then even, well, more than half, and it was still a lot of money. And I was still unsure. I was still like, even if he was to say yes, like I was really thinking about it before I even brought a number to him. Actually, I don't even think I ever brought the number to him in the end. And because I was still wondering, like, okay, so if he says yes, do I really want to do this? And so I was thinking about it, ruminating on it all day. I then realized, a little while later that I have the rest of my course, my leadership training, next level leadership training that I've talked about many times. It's a long course. I'm still in it. So every few weeks, there's a whole weekend dedicated to the next section of the course, where I'm on a nocturnal schedule all night, 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. kind of thing. And last time I took the course, I had to go all the way into El Nido, the town, about almost like an hour and a half, 2 hours away, and take a boat and all that to get there, and it was quite a lot. So I told him, I actually can't, no, either way I can't, because I can't do the course from here, and so I need to leave. And he said, I'll send you into town. You can, I'll put you in a nice hotel, and you can do the course from there, and I'll bring you back here, and I'll pay for everything. And I was like, what? For one, I've never had somebody want my business so much that they are willing to do all of this. And, the owner has, I think, quite a bit of money, so obviously it's not a huge deal for him. But for me, this is huge. I was like, whoa, okay. I go from being a volunteer artist to being, basically feels like being flown out to do something kind of thing, So that was really cool. It was nice for my ego, for sure, to be wanted so much. But I still thought about it, and I was just thinking about it for hours. And at some point, it was interesting. At some point, I was saying that, we were at dinner, and someone asked me, "Are you still thinking about it? You're quiet." I'm like, "Yes, I'm still thinking about it." And it's stressing me out because I'm not very good at making decisions, but it's okay, because I know that no matter what I decide will be the right decision. I already know this. I don't regret things. I don't really worry about making the wrong decision, because whatever happens is meant to be. And he was here at the table, in this conversation, and he stops and he looks at me. He said, "Okay, I'm going to sweeten the deal more." I'm going to do this. And he offers me, this is cool actually, he offers me a van, those vans that you can live in, the ones that I've been trying to manifest. Not trying to manifest, the ones that I've been manifesting and have already manifested, which I haven't even talked about. But I plan to live in one in New Zealand. But he has a van company in Scotland, and says, "Are you ever planning to go to Scotland?" And I said, "Yeah, in the future, because I'm Scottish. I'd love to go there one day." And he said, "Okay, well, when you go, you have this set up for you. You can have this van for however long," he said, "and free of charge, because it's part of my company." And so he's just kind of throwing more stuff on the deal. And I was like, okay. So at that point, I realized whatever it is that I want, I can probably have right now. So this was my dilemma, right? Do I want to take the money, or do I want to do the thing that is completely uncertain? So I had the opportunity. It was, my mom compared, when I was telling my mom about this, she compared it to one of those games, I don't know if it's Jeopardy or, they have one door has the car, and the other door you have no idea what it's going to be. Which one are you going to choose? And that's exactly what it was, because I had this shiny door of money and gifts and security and staying with a family of people, of staff, and on this beautiful resort. Like it couldn't have got better than that. It was, I feel like sometimes I'm like, am I crazy for leaving a situation like that? If you saw the place I was living, you would think I'm insane for leaving. But all of that glamorousness and all of the amazing stuff that came with that option was all known to me. And so what wasn't sitting right with me was that this other opportunity was waiting for me. and I had no idea what it was going to be. It could be a complete disaster, or it could be the best decision I ever made. And I had no idea, because I really didn't know what I was coming into, because the photos on Workaway, which is the site where I've found all of these jobs, they post a description and some pictures of the place, but usually the pictures are super outdated, and it's really never what you think it's going to be. You arrive at something and you have no idea what it's going to be like. This is usually my experience. So I had no idea what I was coming to. I don't know what the people are like, where it is, what the cell reception is, or the internet, and for me, I really need cell reception in order to take these calls, in order to do this course that I'm on, right? So it was a big risk in coming here, but that was literally the part of it that I couldn't pass up, was the risk, because I love to take risks. Oh, sorry, there's a dog. There's a lot of aggressive dogs around here, yelling at each other. So I knew that there was a big risk for me to take out here, and I felt like there was way more growth in my journey in taking this opportunity than it would have been to take the other job offer. So, I kind of felt this in my soul. As soon as I stepped away from talking with everybody about it, I kind of walked away and I just thought about it, and I felt like I knew the answer. Like, you need to go, because I can't stand the idea of not knowing what would happen if I stayed, and I would always wonder what would have happened if I went. But versus me going, and even though I don't know what I'm going into, I know what would have happened if I had stayed, because I had been living at the last place for 2 weeks. So it was very predictable. It was amazing. Could have lived there forever, but I knew what would have happened, and that means not as much growth, not as many opportunities for growth and new experiences and breakthroughs and all of this. So I talked with one of my life coaches from the course, because back home it was about 4 a.m, so I couldn't call my mom, which is normally the person I would call for this kind of situation. So I called one of my life coaches, and I just it was like literally a 9-minute phone call, but I just said, hey, I think I know the answer to this already, but I need to just speak it out loud, and if you have any words of wisdom, let me know. And just kind of said what I just said to you, that all of this. And yeah, she just reaffirmed that no matter what decision you make is going to be the right decision, because it's going to be the decision that leads you to wherever you're meant to go, which is what I already knew. And I just needed to hear it from somebody else too. I think it was just helpful to hear it from somebody who I know is really wise, and somebody who I trust and who wants the best for me. So she helped me find the answer myself, and didn't tell me what I should or shouldn't do, which is amazing. And so then, I said thank you, and I hung up the phone. I went over to the guy, and I said, hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate your offer, but I'm going to go. And because this opportunity that I have waiting for me over there is priceless. You couldn't pay me enough to walk away from it, because I have no idea what's going to happen, and I can't wait to find out. And he said, he was happy for me and proud, and he said, I know that you're going to be really glad that you went. So he was really glad that I decided that, because he wants the best for me too. And so now I'm here. And let me also, one thing I forgot to mention about the uncertainty is there was no reviews. Did I mention this? I don't know. There was no reviews for this place. So in Workaway, you can have reviews. Volunteers can review a place with how their experience was working there. And I come here and I found out I'm the first volunteer that they've ever had. Like, they've had volunteers a little bit, but I think I'm the first Workaway volunteer. It definitely since COVID, because this is a relatively new eco-village thing. And so I had no frame of reference of what was going to happen. No idea if they even had walls. I was like, yeah, they probably don't even have walls. Like, I'll probably be painting on bamboo again, like I just did at the last place. But I just knew that I was like, bring it on. I'm so excited to find out what I'm walking into. I have no idea. So now I'm here. I'm actually currently filming this podcast from the village outside of there because there's no service where I'm staying. And of course, of course there's no service, because why would any place that says they have service and is fine for digital nomads, why would they have service? That's literally my experience. Just warning you, if you're on Workaway, if you're wanting to do Workaway and be a digital nomad, like, don't even try, because everywhere says they have internet connection, but they do not. So yeah, so it's I'm just down the street in the village, but oh my gosh, so the place I'm staying, it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. It's a hippie heaven. I arrive there and it's very rural, like it's right on the beach, and just huts on the beach again, but even less resort like, because it's for local people. It's very, like, they literally built the place all by hand. I mean, they did it the last place too, but this place just felt way more authentic and just so adorable and so nice, and everything is just made out of wood, from the people who work there. Dream catchers hanging everywhere and surfboards. It's a surfing beach. I get to the main they have a little coffee shop where we all hang out, and there, people are drumming, like the staff, or they welcome me, say, they literally said welcome home was the first thing they said to me, and we all start drumming. We all just start drumming together, like a bunch of hippies on the beach in a drum circle, and I dead serious, we drummed all night. We were drumming all night. I'm not even one to, and I'm not one that even plays music. I listen to music, but I don't create music. I'm not really, I never thought I was good at that, but I was just vibing on the drums all night, and we were all just like, it was amazing. And I was like, and I told them the story about all of this, right? And I said, my intuition was telling me to come here, and I knew that there was a reason, and I already feel like I found it, because you guys are here, and I'm loving this. And they, once again said welcome home, and it was really beautiful. So I really love how this all worked out. Aside from all of the, there's obviously things coming along with this experience around my course and figuring out service, and all of this has been, there's been stressful points, but has nothing to do with the place. The place is perfect. And now I'm just given another opportunity to grow and to figure out, how am I going to make this work around, how can I get creative now around this course, and how can I fully enjoy what I'm doing here while also fulfilling my commitment with this course and being the leader that I know that I am. So I'm in the process of that still, but I'm really enjoying every minute of it. We went to the beach yesterday, just walked down to the surfing part of the beach, and we all surfed. I surfed for the first time, you guys, or started to learn how to surf. I didn't fully do it, obviously, but I'm going to be practicing it every day because I'm dedicated to becoming a surfer, because that just totally goes with my lifestyle right now. I'll let you know how it goes. What else can I say right now other than trust your intuition, you guys? I don't know, and I don't know, certain people may be more in tune with it than others. I feel really lucky that I just feel, it's not like there's any way that, it's not like I feel a certain thing or I hear a voice or something. It's always kind of different, but sometimes I just talk with myself. I just kind of talk to myself and meditate and ask, or I pray, ask God for help, and just kind of talk about it through, and talk to other people about it, but the answer always seems to come to me just when I'm alone, and I just feel a certain way, and it's just like, okay, now I know the answer. That's how, I've made these intuitive decisions. That's like throughout the last year. That's exactly why I'm here right now. The only reason that I'm here traveling is because I've trusted my intuition. I had an epiphany thinking, why don't I just leave and never come back, kind of thing. Let's just go travel, let's see the world. And all of these other epiphanies and downloads that I've gotten are all just my intuition telling me to do something, or me wondering if I should do something, asking myself and just trusting that whatever answer comes out of it is the right one. Because whatever answer, whatever you decide, whatever I decide is the right decision. Because that's the decision that you make and that I make. And so I made the right decision, and I'm really happy. And I'll let you know how it all unfolds. I know that there was more of a reason for all of this than I even could imagine. Right now, I already feel like I made the right decision, but who knows who I'm going to meet or what I'm going to do and what's going to unfold just from me making this decision. I'm excited to find out. So thank you for listening, and I encourage you to trust your intuition with whatever it is whatever's coming to mind for you right now in your own life. Maybe something's coming up where you're trying to make a decision that you're not sure about. I just want to encourage you that the answer is right there and your higher self knows it. So it's important to just trust yourself, and you will come up with the right decision. And no matter what you decide, don't worry about what the decision's going to be, because whatever you decide is the right one. Okay, I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to the Friendly Frequencies podcast. I would love it if you came and visited me on my social media. I am Friendly Frequencies on all social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and come visit me on there. And I would also love it if you could leave me a review, either on Spotify, or even better would be on iTunes. iTunes is the best place for this. If you leave me a review on iTunes, it'll get out to more people, and I would just absolutely adore you for doing this. But thank you so much for being here, and I cannot wait to bring you more amazing content. Love you. Bye.